SMMA kind of sucks, honestly. Like in 2025, it's very difficult and honestly kind of just sucks to run an SMMA these days. So I'm going to show you guys a new model that I don't see many people talking about it online yet. There's definitely a few that have started to shift into this business model just because it works like way better right now. I'm going to break down kind of how that works and why it makes more sense for you and the business owners. So it's a win-win. Hang on. I got this. TikTok shop got me with the neuro gum. I got to get rid of this. Way too much gum. I popped too many of them to try to get it going. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It seems that a lot of people get into online business kind of through the SMMA route, right? It's like one of the most common terms that's thrown around. Basically just serving as a marketing agency. A lot of the time you're just a freelancer, like calling yourself an agency, which is exactly what I did. Like there's nothing wrong with that. You don't have to have like employees and outsource the work. Like it's much easier if you just do it yourself in the beginning. But you know, typically what people will do is serve as essentially an advertising agency for like home service businesses, right? You go out and you find like local businesses, either in your area or just, you know, roofing companies, plumbing companies, HVAC, chiropractors, real estate, like, you know, those are like the most common niches because for the most part, they're not running ads. So they're not like advertising online. They usually don't have much of an online presence. So the opportunity there is for you to step in and be like, hey, I'm going to help, you know, build you guys out a social media presence. We're going to run ads for you. We're going to help you with build a website. We're going to set up a CRM for you. But the main kind of piece of this is, hey, we're going to advertise on Facebook for you, right? So you're kind of running their ads. You're making their ads. The issue, like it's good. You know, and I think this model is attractive in the beginning because you're told to charge like $1,000 to $3,000 a month. So it's like a high ticket. You only need a couple clients to be making a very solid full-time income. Like if you have like 3 SMMA clients that are paying you a couple grand a month, you're pretty good, right? Like that's like your full-time income. But the problem with it, and what basically everybody runs into is first off, just trying to acquire these customers. Like now there's so many agencies out there that are making absurd guarantees to sign the clients, right? So you're not going to be able to just be like, oh yeah, I'll run your ads for you. I'll build a website and we'll help get, some more traffic coming in for you guys and get you some more leads. Like because they're going to talk to 100 other agencies that are like, oh, we'll get you 100 appointments in 30 days. We'll get you 100 leads in a week. We'll get you, for $2,000, we'll guarantee 100 leads. Like that is kind of what the market has turned into. And if you don't have that type of positioning, it's going to be very difficult to acquire those clients. Like 99% of the time, those guarantees that they're making, they just can't fulfill on. Or they can, but the client has to spend, a certain amount of money on ad spend for them to hit those types of numbers. And then the clients aren't willing to do that. So it just doesn't work. So it's difficult to acquire them at like a high ticket because they're going to be expecting a lot out of you because if they're paying you $2,000, they're probably going to have to spend another $2,000 on ads. The companies that need this service, they probably don't have that large of a budget. And it probably doesn't make sense for them to spend 2 months later, they're $8,000 in the hole. And even though yes, it can work, it's tough to get them to stay on with you because you need them to stay. You have to have ads running for X amount of days, but their budgets just won't allow it. And then now they hate marketing agencies. They think you did an awful job. And it's probably not your fault. You're probably doing it all right, but the timing just didn't line up and it just didn't work. Like these businesses that need this service, they can't, for the most part, afford to advertise that long and just, dump 8-10 grand into ads or into your agency. That kind of goes into the second point. Like it's hard to acquire them just because of what the market looks like and the crazy guarantees that a lot of these companies make. And then it's also hard to keep them. Like it absolutely turns into a glorified high paying job because you're working 24/7. These clients expect everything out of you, right? Even though they're only giving you $2,000 a month, everything they spend in that month, they're going to link to you. Like, oh, I'm putting $5,000 a month into ads. You become somehow you're just providing the leads and they don't think about Facebook. They're investing into you is kind of how they're looking at it. So they expect a ton out of you if they're paying you a couple $1,000. a month to be their agency. So for those of you guys who have been in the agency space and have kind of seen like how it's developed over time, you probably see a lot of people switching into a lower ticket, more of a SaaS type of business model where they're not charging the high ticket, right? They're not going out looking to acquire 5 to 10 customers at a high ticket to get them to like 10, 20 plus K a month, but more looking for, okay, we need way more clients and we need to charge them way less so that they're easier to acquire and they're easier to keep on with you. And that's kind of what we're doing. I know I don't talk a lot about this on the channel. Most of you guys are probably like content creators and kind of TikTok shop affiliates, stuff like that. Content is kind of what got me into this whole like agency world. And I've actually been documenting the process, which I'll probably start dropping the episodes here on YouTube within the next couple weeks. So subscribe if you want to see this. But we built, me and my business partner, we built a high-level SaaS. I documented basically the whole process. We started back in like September. So we've got a lot of footage and a lot of things have happened throughout that time period. So we've definitely tested a lot of new things, a lot of different price points, different services that we can offer. And we finally found one that has been working pretty well. And like the amount of value that we're able to deliver for such a low price, it's a win-win. Like it's a no-brainer for the people who want to use the software and who want this service. And it's a no-brainer for us because it's like, all right, we can keep these clients on for months and months and months, right? Hopefully for years. We haven't been in business that long, so I don't know that yet. But what we're doing now, and you know why this GHL SaaS model is so great, is because HighLevel allows you to just white label their software. So you can essentially just pay for their agency plan. You can rebrand the entire website. You can add a bunch of this. You can get other softwares in. We have a few others that I'll talk about in the documentary. I guess it's going to be a documentary. It's a couple episodes long, but I'll show you guys exactly how we built that out. But this way, you know, if we're paying $500 a month for the agency plan, we can white label that, and then we can resell that software. We're reselling it for $99. So now our game plan is to just onboard, like we want to get hundreds and thousands, hopefully 1,000 users is our goal. So we want to get hundreds and hundreds of users on this software over time, paying $99 a month to the point where it's very easy to acquire, and the stick rate, like the churn, is super low because they're getting like a crazy amount of value for a super low price. We were running a higher ticket agency. We had HighLevel. We would build out sub accounts for each one of our clients. We would have our ads launcher and all the softwares we needed integrated into HighLevel. And then it would be a done for you company. So we would do everything. Like we would set up, we would build out all the ads, we'd run the ads, we'd set up all the automations, build out all their funnels, all their websites, really whatever they needed. And that's kind of where you have to charge a couple grand because you're doing like all of the work. But with this, you know, we went in and you can basically just build out exactly what all of these marketing agencies use. Okay, when you have the HighLevel agency plan, you can then go out and you can build unlimited sub accounts within that. So you can add on thousands and thousands of users. Now, the way that you sell this is going to be a little bit different. What we're doing right now is webinars, and it's working well right now. It's quicker to scale because we're spending like friggin' $1,400 a week right now, which isn't, you know, it's not anything crazy, but with that, we're able to bring on like 15 to 20 users a week, which is pretty solid. And then, you know, all we want to do is just break even on our ad spend, break even on that front end, and we're money. I'll show you guys some real numbers of kind of what we're doing and how this all breaks down. So if we look at, say, the last 7 days here on our ad account, so we're doing $200 a day in ads. So you can look, total amount spent, $1,400. So we're getting appointments for like $16, which is pretty solid. If we look at last week's webinar, you know, we collected, here are all the 99 payments. We got 1, 2, 3, or actually it was on the 9th. So these were follow-ups, but still on the same webinar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, then the 8th. Okay, so 16. So we collected $1,600 on $1,400 spent. So we broke even on the webinar, and then we collected those 2 follow-ups, and it's Tuesday right now. So we'll have 2 more days to collect follow-ups, then another webinar. So, you know, if you can break even on the webinar, like I said, that is perfect. Like that is ideal. So those are kind of how those numbers break down for us right now. We're doing a webinar once a week. So like I said, I'll be documenting this process here, but just to give you an idea of like kind of what the numbers look like, just a little little sneak peek there, I guess. You know, what we did was just build out this software exactly how we had it when we were a higher ticket agency. And now instead of selling our services using the software, we're just selling the software and we're giving them a whole course and community, basically a full-blown academy, showing them how to use everything and how to do it themselves. So it's better for us. It's, you know, once we go out and we build it, you know, we still offer coaching calls. We do weekly calls in the school group. We have like tons of videos going in, showing everyone how to set up their account, how to launch their own ads, how to build their own ads, basically just teaching them how to do exactly what all the marketing agencies do. And we're giving them all the softwares, like the entire tech stack, for $99 a month. So you can charge way less when you're not actually doing the work for them. And when they go in, when you're teaching them how to do everything and giving them the software, it's way more hands off for you. And like, they're going to, like, this could be something they use forever. Like, they can do everything through the software. They can have their websites. They can run their ads. They can set up a bunch of automated workflows, host everything related to their company within the software. So now it just becomes like, instead of, you know, trying to get to 10K a month with 5 clients, it's like, all right, we need to get 100 clients. That'll bring us to 10K a month. And then we 200, 20K, 300, right? So it's, and again, I'll break down more of like the math kind of behind the numbers, but it's honestly just a way better model, like for everybody. Like your clients don't have to spend as much right off the rip. Therefore, they're not putting all the pressure and, you know, the stress that comes with that, where it's like, okay, I have to deliver in a month, when it's very difficult to deliver the services that you're providing in only a month. This way they can just take their entire marketing budget and just put it all into the actual advertising. So they're saving $2K a month by not paying an agency, by not paying somebody else to do it for them. Competition's also way lower. Like, there's not as many people doing this. Like a year ago, like everybody seemed to have like a high ticket marketing agency. Like and you know, it worked well for a while, but now I'm slowly starting to see like more people kind of transition into this. So I'm going to be, I'll be posting more kind of about this model over the next couple weeks. It starts to stack up pretty quick, and you don't need to be running ads and running webinars and everything to acquire clients right off the bat. That's kind of when you're ready to like start scaling up. So we were really just looking for a way to be able to put these business owners in a spot where the software cost, that's not their main expense, right? Like, they just have the software and that's the engine. They can do a bunch of other things with that. We want all of their marketing budget, whether it's $1,000, $5,000, $10,000 a month. If they're looking to advertise, we want all their budget to go into ad spend. So that's kind of the position you're putting them in. So it's a way easier sell, and it's way easier to keep them on for months and months and months, where that's where your kind of money starts to kick in. You know, if you're able to break even on the front end to acquire those customers, month 2, all profit. If you have 4 or 5 agency clients, that is a job, 100%. Like, you're working all day, every day, servicing those clients. Like, you basically just work for 5 companies instead of 1. It's just tough to run now, honestly. Like, it just, because it works, but for it to work, you know, the companies that you're going out, the ideal clients you would have, like the ones who need this, they just a lot of the time can't afford it for months and months and months, right? And it's especially if they've worked with a bunch of agencies in the past, they just hate agencies. So, you know, you're only charging $100 a month for the software. They're not expecting you to go in and run their ads for them and build their ads. It's like, that's not part of it, right? Again, so we'll be diving more into this on the channel, but just wanted to make this quick video here, kind of to serve as like an introduction, just to give you guys some new ideas, like especially if you've been in the agency space for a while. The lower ticket SaaS, from my experience, is working much better right now. So, if you guys are still here, I appreciate you sticking around till the end. Like the video for me, subscribe to the channel. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.